Next is an interesting stat on the percentage of the population who has had a recurring dream at some point in their life, and it's pretty high. It's like 60 to 75%. And for me, that's something that barely ever happens. I mean, it's really only happened to me where it was like the exact same dream from as far as I could tell when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, having this recurring nightmare that I used to get, where I was lucid to the fact that it was happening like after the second time I had it and then on out, but I was never able to influence or change it in any way. I just have to suffer through it from beginning to end. But since then, I really don't have recurring dreams, at least not where they're like the exact same. I can come across very similar scenarios and things like that, but I wouldn't necessarily count those as to be recurring. Also, something they brought up too is that I guess these recurring dreams, they tend to be negative, right? Which was the case for me, right, with my nightmare back then. And one of the reasons why I think that would be is, like the classic answer, you have some unresolved thing, some stressor in your life that's obviously pretty strong if it's able to produce like a full on nightmare type scenario for you. So of course that's going to be have a greater possibility of being able to come back if we haven't resolved it. But also I would imagine that if it's a very positive experience and a very strong experience at that too would probably up the chances of that being a recurring scenario for you. Now, granted, that hasn't happened to me, man. I like some of my most mind blowing, wonderful dreams. They really all tend to be one offs.